Hello there guys, and welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. In today's video we're going to be breaking down Dr. Joe Dispenza's pineal gland activation breath and how to do it and why it works. So before I do that, please do make sure to like, share and subscribe and comment down below on this video because it really helps the channel to grow. Also, remember guys, I have my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle. You can join that. And one last tiny thing. My signature course, The Healing Factor, which teaches you to use the power of your mind, your spirit, and your soul and your body to heal yourself. And I break down the simplest, most effective way to heal and create a wonderful life full of joy and abundance. So check out The Healing Factor, ready for pre-order. That will be linked in the comments. Anyway, guys, let's get on to why we're really here. The activation breath, the breathing technique. Let's talk about how to do it and why it works. Before we do that though, there's one thing that I need to let everyone out there know who's interested in doing this breathing technique and interested in changing their physiology through this technique. It is your intention and your expectation of the technique where the power lies. You see, the thing is, many people that I work with, and I'm helping people every day to heal and create their lives through my one-to-one coaching, a lot of them are putting so much effort and pressure on this that they don't realize that they need to get out of the way and just have an intention and use that intention to help them to create their experience. You see, you don't get in life what you put all the effort into. You get what you believe and you expect to be so. So when you're doing this breathwork technique, it's your expectation and intention in it that's going to make the big fundamental factor of whether it does anything for you or not. So stop wondering whether you're doing it correctly, stop questioning yourself, and just trust that it doesn't matter. As long as you do it with an intention that it's going to have an effect, it will have an effect. So that's the first thing that I need you all to know, and I hope that's really helpful because that's huge in this work. Whether you're meditating, affirmations, prayer work, it's your intention and your expectation of the effect it's going to bring that's going to make the changes. Okay, so let's break it down. What happens with this breathing technique? What are we meant to do? Well, Dr. Joe calls them energy centers, or the chakras of the body is what they are. We have 8 of these centers, okay? Your first center is located by the perineum, so down and around the sexual organs there, okay? And what we're trying to do is when we start to do this breath, we need to then focus on this area, okay? So we start with that area, and what we're trying to do is as we breathe in, we're squeezing and we're using our awareness to imagine the feeling of drawing the breath up all the way to the top of the head. Now, let's think about this for a second. So firstly, if you want to know how to do it, just shut your eyes and put your awareness just there on the first center. Okay, that's all you have to do. Notice that first center by shutting your eyes. Okay, then what we do is we breathe in, and I highly recommend you breathe in through the nose. Okay, as we breathe in, I want you to imagine the feeling of squeezing and drawing up. You know, a bit like a syringe. If you were going like that, you draw up the liquid. Now, with your intention, we're going to start to imagine drawing up the energy. Now, Dr. Joe says it really well about there being a tube here that goes all the way up, okay? And what we're doing, and he explains it so wonderfully, that we're basically squeezing the fluid up through the spine all the way to the base of the brain and into the brain, and it's going to have a chemical effect. But I want you to simplify that. I want you to see it as energy. I want you to imagine you're drawing the energy up from that first center, and as it draws up, you're going through all the other energy centers all the way to the top of the crown, okay? And by doing that, you're actually unblocking. I want you to have the intention that you're unblocking those things. So you're blasting through those things. And as you hold it there, you're building up the energy at the top of the head. So what happens there is that means you're lifting your awareness out of your first 3 energy centers, which are the energy centers for survival. Okay, so the energy centers for survival, 1, 2, and 3. By drawing and squeezing and lifting that energy up, you're lifting all the stagnant energy that you've repressed and held. Okay, so say you've had a really hard experience in your life and you've never wanted to truly deal with it. It's going to be trapped in those energy centers, okay? So your intention is that as I draw this up, I'm blasting that energy out. It's almost like, you know, if you had a blocked drain and someone just got a power hose and just whoosh, and all the gunk and rubbish can leave. Think about it like that. That's what the intention is of this breath, okay? So as we do it, I want you to do it with me now. Shut your eyes, okay? Focus on that first energy center by the perineum, okay? And as we breathe in, instead of releasing the belly as if we were doing like a Wim Hof method, you're actually just going to think about squeezing all of that from the perineum, but imagine that it just keeps squeezing as you go up, and you just keep squeezing, 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 and lifting it up to the top of the head, okay? So do it with me. Let's do a few breaths like that. So squeezing from that first center, we're going to breathe in, and just imagine it drawing up, 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 even if you're not breathing in anymore, and you just keep that imagination up there to the top, and by squeezing and holding the breath, you're actually starting to over-oxygenate the brain. Okay, and you squeeze it up and we're over-oxygenating, and then we hold, hold, hold and release. Now let's talk about what that's actually doing. By breathing and holding the breath there, you're over-oxygenating the brain. So even with that first breath now, I'm a little bit, way, you know, I'm feeling a little bit, whoa. So it's actually over-oxygenating your brain, and so it puts you in this sort of more peaceful state. And look, where does healing come from? It comes from peace, connecting to the energy of peace, ease, and joy. So again, by over-oxygenating the brain, by over-oxygenating these parts of our body, we're actually getting ourselves into a much more susceptible place to add an intention to our thoughts and access the subconscious mind. That's what this breath is doing. So I want you to do it again. And this time, I want you to lay the intention that you're removing that energy up, and by doing it, you're actually activating the pineal gland. So let's lay an intention on it this time and see if it makes a difference, okay? So we're going to breathe in, squeeze and draw it up, holding, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Imagine it's going up to the top of your crown, but this time, it's activating that pineal gland and you're feeling a connection. And holding, 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 and let go. Wonderful again, wonderful again. So again, I want to lay an intention again on this, okay? So again, notice how you feel. Does your body feel a little bit more relaxed? Are you noticing that there's a sort of hazy, chilled outness to it? Yes. Now this time, as you hold it, just keep imagining that all the energy is drawing up there and your whole energy field around you is expanding as you do it. And just see what it does that time, okay? So as we breathe in, we draw up and squeeze and hold. And don't question whether you're doing it correctly. Just by the fact that you're doing it correctly, okay? We get too tied down on process rather than intention and expectation. So expect it to do something. Expect to notice something this time, okay? And as we close our eyes, I just want you to just relax. And as you breathe in, you squeeze and lift it up and hold. And this time, just notice your body. Allow your body to respond to it as you're holding it now. Notice the energy around you. Lay that intention. Keep it there at the top of your head. But just also at the same time, we're focusing here and around us. And then let go. Now, if you keep doing that multiple times, it's going to start to get you in a susceptible place where you can start to access levels of consciousness. Okay, that's why this breathing technique works really well. So we imagine we're drawing the energy, but what it's doing on a physical level is over-oxygenating the brain, putting you in a much more sort of like chilled out, easy frame of mind, easy mood. Okay, so then why is it powerful? Because then when you go into the meditation after this, you're going to be a lot quicker to reach those altered states of consciousness where you connect, okay? So by doing this, we're lifting and drawing it up. We're actually just getting ourselves prepared for what's going to happen. Now, the interesting thing there is, think about it like this. When you've been stressed, when you're not feeling connected, you breathe very shallow. You know, what this causes you to do, because of the length of time that it's going up to the top of the head, it causes you to breathe deeply. It causes you to oxygenate your blood. What does oxygenate in the blood do? It puts you in a much more alkaline blood pH. Oh my God. HP source, anyone? pH, you know? So when you're more alkaline, what does that allow? An alkaline bloodstream is a bloodstream that's more susceptible to healing. Okay, so that's the process behind it. So I just wanted this video to be more about allowing you to relax, trust your instinct. Just keep the awareness of the energy going up to the top of the head. Hold it. As you're holding it, just have a gentle check-in of the energy around you and how your body's feeling. Do that for 5 to 10 minutes, and you could even have a mystical experience by just doing the breath. But then if you go into your meditation after that, you're going to connect on a deeper level because you're over-oxygenated. It's almost like you're a bit high on the oxygen, you know? And that means that you're going to connect to these altered states a lot more. And when we connect to altered states, we can have truly fast, powerful biological upgrades because of that. I hope the video was helpful. It's meant to just be a simple explanation to help you chill, not overthink it, and make it work for you. So comment down below if you found the video helpful. Sending love to you all. Take care.